What's going on, everyone? Good morning. Welcome to Homebuilt Workshop. Welcome to Wednesday Live. What is going on? Let me get settled in here. Get everything up and running. Make sure everything is working correctly. I had to restart the whole computer. I thought I was here early a little bit ago, but then I got an error saying that the connection was really bad. So I had to restart the internet, restarted the computer, restarted the feed, and now everything says excellent. So that's good. It was dropping like over half the frames for some reason. I don't know why. But anyway, that's why I try to get started early so that we can hopefully work out any kinks. Where's the chat? I can't. Oh, so what's everybody up to? As we get this sorted out here. There we go. I think we're good. Right on, right on. Okay. Man, you guys are here early. Like, a lot of you beat me here. Sam's here. Sam says hello, everyone. Robert says, howdy, people. Hope everyone's doing well, staying safe and healthy. Make sure this is set to live chat. There we go. There we go. We're on live chat. Sam says, Jeff's applying hairspray. Yeah, I had to get ready. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it takes time. Let's see. Raised Dulcimers. It's been a while. The upcoming holiday season has kept me busier than expected this year. That is great. I'm glad to hear that. That's awesome. I'm going to move this just a little. There we go. Oh, now it's following me. Make up your mind. Yes, that is great. I'm glad to hear that you're busy. I would imagine that's a good thing. Robin's here. Robin says, evening, afternoon, and morning, all. I like it. Evening, afternoon, and morning, Robin. Good morning. And Mike Johnson's here. Says, good morning. Right on. Mike says, yes. 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 Mike, how's it going? Sam says Jeff has kinks now. Well, no, not me. The stream. Okay. Robert says just finishing my bowl of cereal. Very nice. Very nice. Here's a question for everyone based on Robert's comments. Totally unrelated to workshop stuff, but I want everybody to tell me, what's your favorite cereal? Do you eat cereal? What's your favorite kind? Leave it down there in the comments, in the chat, and we can all have a look at that. Mike says, things are okay, and going okay too. Right on. Mike, I'm glad to hear that. Donna's here. Donna says, good morning. Coffee up. Wow, it's cold in Indiana. Donna, bam, coffee up. Right on. Good morning to you. And sorry to hear that it's cold. Although I'm actually quite surprised that it's as warm as it is here in Colorado. It is exceptionally nice for this fall time of year. I would normally expect it to be like we're pretty much in winter now, but it's really been it's been in the 50s and 60s, and it has been really nice. And it looks like we got maybe a week or so more of that. I haven't looked at the extended forecast, but man, it looks like we are just in a string of nice weather. And for that, I am super thankful because we've been able to just get a lot of stuff done. It's so much easier to get things done when you're not in frigid temperatures. I don't have really, any sort of climate control here in the shop. I mean, I have heat that I run that I can warm everything up, but it's, it doesn't run overnight or any of that sort of stuff. So I am super thankful that the weather's been as mild as it has been. Will it stay that way? I don't know, but we'll find out. I'll take it while it's here, that's for sure. Mike says, Special K with red berries. Oh, that sounds good. Sam says, I prefer toast to cereals. Well, there's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with toast. I like toast. Toast with jelly? Toast with peanut butter. I like toast with peanut butter quite a bit. And also toast with cinnamon sugar. I like that. Not so much on plain toast, but I mean, I'll eat it if I'm at a restaurant or something, but I don't think I'll ever make plain toast and just eat it here. But yeah, toast is good. Sorry, I was trying to figure out where I was at there. Mike says cold in the PNB as well. PNB, Pacific North. I don't know what the beat stands for. Ray says is Roger. Ray is Roger from Texas. Crazy bipolar weather here in North Texas. Wow. Yeah, so you're not that far from me probably if you're North Texas. Robert says frosted mini spooners like shredded wheat, but small bite size with a glaze of frosting. I do like the mini. What are they called? Mini frosted wheat, mini wheats. I don't know the exact name, but yeah, I think the same thing. I'd like those. Mine would be, I don't know. I got a handful of ones that I really like. My daughter's a big fan of the Cinnamon Toast Crunch, which I do enjoy because I used to like that as a kid as well. But they've come out with a new one. It's like waffles. Cinnamon toast or cinnamon waffle crunch, cinnamon toast crunch waffle. I don't know what it's called, but it's super good. It might be my current favorite, but I like Raisin Bran. I like what are they? Honey Nut Cheerios. I like the Cinnamon Toast Crunch and now the waffle one. The mini wheats. I don't know. If it's a sweeter cereal, I probably like it. Not so much on the plain like Frosted Flakes. I like that. Corn Flakes is what I was thinking of. I don't like Corn Flakes, but that's my taste buds. Sam says, did you hear about Jimmy Kimmel's close friend and head musician? He passed away yesterday. I did not hear about that. That's too bad. I hate to hear when a musician, we're losing the musicians. Yeah, wow, that's too bad. I didn't hear about that, Sam. Robin says, walked past a load of cherry and hawthorn logs this morning. Too big to carry. Oh, darn it. See, you need a mill, a sawmill. We all need a sawmill. I think the world would be a better place if we all had a sawmill. Ray's Dulcimer says grits with toast. Oh yeah, I know that's a popular one. I don't mind grits. It's not one of my favorites. I don't know why. Maybe that I don't know. Yeah, it's not one of my personal favorites, but I have had grits with toast. It's been a while though. Maybe I should have some again, just to see if my taste buds have changed. Mike says 44 with a 50% chance of rain. Autocorrect, PNW, gotcha. Okay. Well, that's what I expected, but PNB threw me for a loop. Robert says I also add blueberries to my cereal. Oh yeah. Robert says the Cinnamon Toast Crunch was the cereal I just finished. Yes. I don't know why that one's so good. Sam, 100% confirm. Very shortly after typing a comment, I was slapped with 2 long, unskippable ads. I don't understand that whatsoever. Mike says, life of a bee, honey, not Cheerio. Oh boy, Mike. Da-dum. Anyway, moving right along. Sam says he was a saxophone player. Oh. Did I hear about that? Was it yesterday? I heard something of a saxophone player, but I don't know where I heard that. Huh, interesting. Terry's here. Terry says, hello, Jeff. Terry, good morning. What is going on? Right on. Terry, how you doing this fine Wednesday morning? Very cool. Terry says, hit the thumbs up button. Thank you, Terry. Yes, everybody, right now, while you're right here, if you can hear the sound of my voice, hit the thumbs up button. Let's see here. Robert says, hello, Terry. Sam says it was on the 11th. Yeah, that was yesterday. Terry says, I'm just fine. That is awesome. I'm glad to hear that. Me too. We have been busy. We haven't talked about yet what I've been working on. But as you saw, if you saw the video last weekend, you know, I had to get my lawnmower put away for the year. So got that all winterized. The batteries down here on the trickle charger, kind of got that done. Also, I talked about, I think last week, how I needed to install the spindle upgrade on my CNC machine. Well, I got that done. Yeah, yesterday? No, Monday. I finished that Monday, which really would have only taken a couple hours, I think. But the fact that I was making a video about it, that adds, well, it adds a ton of time. It probably triples the time it would normally take because you're trying to, you know, work around the camera. You're trying to set up the camera. You're talking to the camera rather than just jumping in and doing the work. So I finished that upgrade Monday. I've got the 80 millimeter spindle now installed on my CNC machine. There was some kinks in there that I didn't anticipate. So I'm still tinkering with it to kind of get everything fine-tuned. But I talk about some of those in the video. I spent the entire day yesterday editing the video for that project, and it's now uploaded and ready to come out this coming weekend. But yeah, I still got some things to fine-tune on that I didn't realize there was going to be a few kinks. The upgrade, totally worth it. But I ended up having to make I'm making a new waste board. And this is something I mentioned in the video, which will be out Saturday morning. But and I never thought about this, but it makes perfect sense. But I never thought about the fact that when you go from a 65 millimeter spindle to an 80 millimeter spindle, it moves the center point of the bit, right? So if you tell your machine to go to the center coordinates, that bit's going to land in one spot. But it moves the center position about an inch. So all of my dowel pin holes that I had in the waste board for like building guitars and things, they no longer line up because everything's in a different spot slightly, which really kind of stinks because now I have to go back and make a new waste board. I have to re-drill all the holes from the files for building the guitars, which all those things are not difficult, but that is something that I absolutely overlooked throughout that whole entire process. I just never thought about it. It makes sense. I'm changing the size. It's going to change where that center bit lands. But I was kind of disappointed. Another thing that happened during that process was you have to change. There's a setting in there in the configuration that you have to change to account for, you know, the different the slider, the Z slider. This will all make sense when the video comes out, I hope. When I had to make that change, it completely resets all of the configuration, which means it wipes all of my jobs that I had saved in there and all of that. I didn't know that ahead of time either because, as I mentioned in the video, there is no instructions with that kit, which is about the only downside. So I kind of spent a little bit of time fighting with that, but I got the upgrade done. I've just got a few things to finish up on the new waste board, creating a couple of new files to drill holes for threaded inserts, all that sort of thing. But that's pretty well done, which means that I got to get back on this cigar box guitar. I'm pointing at it like you can see it. It's right there. You know, you can totally see it sitting right there next to my coffee. But I got to get back on this and get it done. So that's what I'm going to tear into this afternoon. Start working on this, get the bridge mounted, the tuners installed, electronics. I'm going to just start on all of that. And I think last week we decided that we're just going to go. Stop moving. Hold still for a minute there, camera, please. Hold still. You're all right. I think we decided last week we're going to go with the jack here. Why did it move again? We're going to go with the jack and a volume control using those little football-shaped plates. That's what we're going to do. And we're going to get that done hopefully here in the next few days because, and then I'm going to get back to your comments, because once I get this off the bench, I got another project to work on. I'm not going to go too in depth with it yet, but it's going to be, at least I think it's going to be fun, and I'm super excited to get into the next thing. But I got to get this done first, before I tear into the next test, I don't know what we're going to call it, but there's a video I'm working on. I've already started on it slightly after this one. That's going to be super fun. I'm really excited to get into it. Okay, going back to comments. Let's see. Sam's, where did I leave off? Robert says, stepping away to get my first cup of coffee. Robert, we'll be here when you get back. I'm on, there's only probably about that much left. This would be my third. Unless this counts as 2, then that would be on my 4th. Sam says, I got to acquire 2 hose attachments to connect my table saw and thicknesser to my dust extractor. I have possible items on my computer screen. Once I find the correct adapters, I'll get them. There you go. Nice. Yeah. So you're getting everything connected. That's a good idea. I have tried my table saw. I have tried several different ways to connect it to some sort of dust extraction, and I can't come up with a good way. It's never designed for it, my particular saw. But I have tried, to enclose the sides and block some of the dust so I could connect a vacuum to it. But I think for the way mine is, I feel like I need to have a larger dust extractor connected to it in order to move enough air, because a shop vac just doesn't move enough, it seems, for mine. Yeah, like I said, it's not made for that. The only thing that really happened is once I enclosed the sides, it made more sawdust fly up out of the blade, the little port around the blade. So way more dust flies up out of there. So I might take the stuff that the spots I enclosed, is what I'm trying to say. I might take those off again and just let the dust fly around. I don't know. Yeah. One of these days I need a new table saw, but for now, we'll see. Robert says, I'm back. Coffee tastes good. Right on, Robert. All this talk of coffee makes me want more. Except I'm worried that mine's going to run out very soon. Sam with the question of the day. How does one retune a tuna fish? Sam, I don't know. I don't know. Robert says, I have a question. Has anyone ever tried roasted salted pumpkin seed? They're similar to sunflower seeds, but without the hulls. I have, Robert, I have had that. I have made them myself. So, I forgot what I was going to say. Yes, anyway. I have had roasted pumpkin seeds. But I feel like you still have to bite the outer side off, or, the outer shell, don't you? I can't remember now. It's been a while. But I have had them. Sam says, I have a battery-operated DeWalt dust extractor with auto unclog function. Interesting! I've never heard of an auto unclog function. That is super cool. Mine, the other day I was trying to use my shop vac, the one that sounds like a dying goose. I was trying to use it, and it was making a weird noise, and it wasn't picking up a whole lot of anything. So I pulled the hose off there, and there was like a big old chunk of, I don't know, paper and a little piece of tape, I think it was, that I picked up, and it got stuck. And then, of course, like all the dust and stuff built up against it. That would have been super nice to have an unclog function. So just, shoot it back out. So what I have to do is I unscrew the hose from it, and then, the back of a shop vac has that exhaust port where you can actually connect and use it like a blower. I usually just pull the suction side off, just hold it over the backside and let it blast the clogged bits out of there. And it works sort of okay. Then I can reconnect it. But to have an automatic unclog feature sounds kind of cool. But that reminds me though, I remember, and if you guys have seen this, let me know. I remember not too long ago, I don't even know where I saw it. Somebody had made a video, and I'm sorry that I can't think of the person that had done that. I heard Harbor Freight came out with a dust extractor, and normally that wouldn't be something I would look at, Harbor Freight, but at least not for power tools. I definitely get stuff there, but I heard they come out with one, and I was hearing like a pretty good reports on it. Has anybody else heard about that? I want to say it's maybe that Hercules brand of theirs. I've heard good stuff about that. I don't know. Just wanted to throw that out there and see if any of you have heard about the same thing. I think it's a Hercules dust extractor, and they're like comparing it to like the bigger names. Like even I think I saw one even where they were comparing it to the Festool dust extractor. I don't know. I'm like, that would be kind of cool if it was, if it truly is good. But I think they had some sort of automatic filter cleaning or something like that. I don't know. But it's racking my brain, and I feel like I've heard some stuff about that. Mike says, "Don't you touch my scales." Sorry, Mike. I didn't mean it. I didn't. I don't want no trouble. Oops, I just made the camera follow me. That's fine. Mike says, or with a fork. Poor tuna fish. Sam says, auto unclog feature makes like a thumping sound or double thumping sound while in use. That is interesting. Very interesting. What is that? I've got like some sort of notification thing in there. Anyway, I don't know. Robert says, I sent a package to you back in October. The last tracking information, it was saying that the delivery was need to be rescheduled. Have you gotten it? I saw your comment yesterday, Robert. I will run out there when we're done. I will run out to the post office and have a look. I was there, I don't know, not too long ago. I think earlier this month, and I don't recall anything, but I'll definitely check it out to go see. Terry says, yes, it works well. A friend has one. Oh, cool. Good to know. Yeah. I'd forgotten about that. And I meant to ask about that a while back, and I just spaced it. Which that's good to know, because I don't know, you could always, I just know that I always point at stuff and you guys can't see it. You can't see that I'm gesturing towards my shop vac where it sits. Oh, newbies. Anyway, I know one day that thing's gonna croak. I can't believe it still works, but it does. And I just kind of looking at options, and remembering that Harbor Freight one is interesting enough that I might want to try that. Might want to try it. KK's here! KK! What's up? KK says, I finally caught up with you. Hope you're well, brothers. My friend Jeff, we missed the presentation of the show because we were running the academy. Oh, take care of yourselves and be well. Right on, KK. Brother, what's going on? How we doing? Hope you're doing well. Glad you were able to tune in. That's awesome. Hope the academy's doing all right. Right on. Good to see you. See you. Sam says, how's Gina? We haven't seen her in a long time. She is busy with the day job stuff. She's good. She's doing good. Thanks for asking, Sam. Yeah, she's doing good. I will tell her that you asked. Yeah, she doesn't get a whole lot of chances to come on here anymore. Some scheduling changes, and and that sort of thing. And yeah, she tries to pop in when she can, but otherwise, yeah, she's just busy doing the work stuff. But I will let her know. Thank you for asking. I appreciate that. Robert says, thanks, hope you get it. It's guitar parts and wood. Oh, yeah, I'll run up there today and have a look. Raised Dulcimers, I recently purchased a Bauer bandsaw from Harbor Freight. Oh, maybe that's it. Maybe it was a Bauer brand. I don't remember. I'm very happy with it. The Dust Collection is the Dust Collector is my next purchase, as everything I've heard about it has been good. So you've heard the same thing. I'm hearing that too. I can't remember that. Maybe it's Bauer. Maybe it's Hercules. I don't remember the brand. But yeah, it's the blue one thingy. The blue thingy. That's good to know. Yep. That's Harbor Freight seems to have come a long ways recently. Isn't that kind of the general consensus? Before it was not somewhere I would go there for, stuff like, just consumable things like, those little packs of cotter pins and of course I do like their little clamps. I do have a bundle of these. I think those are a pretty good deal. Stuff like that. If you need cheap C-clamps and things like that. But it seems like they're really stepping up the game with a lot of stuff. I'm hearing great things about their Icon line of tools. I don't have really any of the hand tools Icon stuff other than, some things like this. Like little picks and things. But I hear their Icon wrenches and things are very good. And it just seems like they're really stepping it up, which is cool. Terry says it's a Hercules. Okay, so yeah, so I was right. Thank you, Terry, for clearing that up. Raised Dulcimer says they're trying to compete quality-wise with the Hercules items. Yeah, it seems like, since we don't have Sears anymore. Thumbs up if you remember Sears. Poor Sears. I miss Sears. I miss Sears a lot, actually. Sears was great for all that kinds of stuff. They were the tools were good. In fact, like all of my tools literally are old school Craftsman, wrenches, sockets, all of that sort of thing. A few of the newer ones, like since they kind of came back, but mostly the old school ones. Since Sears went away, there wasn't really a great option. It seems like, for an affordable brand, I guess I would call it. And it seems to me it's kind of cool that maybe Harbor Freight's trying to fill that void. I don't necessarily think it has anything to do with Sears, but to me it feels like it's filling that open spot that Sears left, filling that open hole in my heart because of the loss of Sears. Anyway, I don't know if that's really the case or not, but that's what it seems like. Sam says on the internet e-site with colorful letters, they do LED. Oh, low bay lights and built-in emergency lighting. The internet e-site with colorful letters. I know what you mean. I had to think about that. I'm like, what the heck is he telling me? I gotcha. Sam says, don't forget to smash the like button. It's totally free and most appreciated. Thank you. Yes, hit that like button. Mike says, Craftsman New School is at Lowe's. Yes. It's not the same, though. I don't feel it's the same. I don't have a problem with it. I'm glad to still see the name, I think. But it's not the same as the Sears Craftsman. You know what I mean? Yeah, one thing that's cool, though, I have broken a few sockets of the older sockets, and you can still take them to Lowe's and exchange them. You're getting one of the new versions as a replacement, but still, it still's Craftsman, and they still honor that lifetime warranty, which I think is pretty awesome. Robert says, I ordered some new blue jeans from Target back in mid-October for myself. Got an empty shipping package from the post office this morning. Oh no. Almost impossible to be able to contact anyone to report. Ah, really? That's too bad. Sorry that happened, Robert. I ordered some new jeans about a month ago too. Oh, mid-October. And thankfully mine showed up, but my other ones were getting pretty tore up. But yeah, I hope you can get that sorted out. That's unfortunate. I have gotten packages like that before. One of them I got, I think, if I'm remembering correctly, was several years ago. I ordered some stuff from StuMac. And when I got the package, there was a big hole in the side, and like everything was gone. And lo and behold, I contacted StuMac with pictures and all that stuff. They literally overnighted a replacement order overnight, and I had it at the house the next day. I mean, I thought that was kind of cool. But I hope they take care of your order there, Robert, and hope you get that sorted out. KK says, all is well here, my brother Jeff. We hear your news from my relatives, USA, and some bad news from New York. That's how I see it. Wish the best for USA because the planet needs it. Thank you, KK. Yeah, I'll have to look at that. I don't know what happened in New York. I will look it up though. I promise. Don't worry. Don't post it here, but I'll check it out. I don't follow the news. I really don't. It's better for my brain that way. Sam says, my chop miter saw and dust extractor has a Bluetooth connectivity that activates the extractor when the saw is turned on. I have seen quite a few of those kinds of things. When you, even like the, I might be wrong on the Hercules thing, but I know like the Festool thing somehow connects to the switch on the power tool. And like when you turn on your sander, it automatically turns on the dust extractor. And I don't know how that works, but it sounds pretty handy. That's one thing I want to hook up. I can now connect my dust extractor for the CNC to turn on with the CNC, but I haven't done that yet because sometimes I disconnect it from the CNC and I use it for my drum sander. And if that's the case, then I need to be able to turn it on manually. But if I had a dedicated one for the CNC, I can now connect it with that upgrade I just installed. I can connect it to the spindle so that it will turn on at the same time. But that requires a second dust collector for over there, and I don't have the room over there or the electricity really to run two of them. Tony's here. Tony, morning sunshine. Good morning, Tony. How are you this fine Wednesday morning? Right on. KK, so bam, thumbs up. Thank you, KK. Right on. So don't forget, people. Sam says, yeah, sorry, Jeff. YouTube gets their panties in a twist and deletes my comments with certain website names in it. No, I know what you mean, Sam. It's all good. I like the secret message. Robert says, yeah, I don't like watching much news either. Yeah, I've talked about it before. I think that I really firmly believe, and I'm not, this isn't going into a big debate, so it's just my thought, and then we're moving on. I think that we'd all be better off if we just take care of each other, take care of ourselves, take care of our stuff and those around us, and forget the media. We're gonna be a lot better off. I firmly believe that. Again, that's not open for debate. That's just my thought, and I found that was a big thing for me to cut that out. I feel much better overall. Anyway, that's all I'm saying. Terry says, Hercules. Thus, try. Hercules has that same setup. I got you. I'm with you. I think it auto-corrected something there, but Hercules has that same setup. Very cool. See, that sounds neat. That sounds handy and useful to me. KK says, I'm referring to Maryland in Europe. Oh, didn't like the guy. Gotcha. Okay. Terry says, sorry, the Hercules dust extractor has the automatic on-off. I'm with you, Terry. I feel like I've gotten pretty good at interpreting what maybe an autocorrect is trying to say. Yeah, that automatic feature sounds really neat. Sam says, I had to reload the stream as the average started buffering the stream. Then I got slapped with 2 unskippable ads, but caught your reading it in time. Sam, I don't know why. I don't know why. I found a setting a couple weeks ago that's supposed to limit the number of ads. And you're not supposed to get one for 30 minutes. Well, I don't know. We're a half hour in. And I know you were on early, so I wonder if it gives you, I wonder if it starts to count when you join the stream. So like if you came on the stream, 20 minutes early, you'd get one, or maybe even a half hour early, you'd get one around 9. Then you'd get one now. Maybe that's how it works. I don't know. I wish I could understand all this stuff. Kind of like that hype. And by the way, I want to say thank you. Those of you that have hyped the videos now that I sort of understand how the hype works, thank you. Thank you for hyping, but please continue to hype. And if you haven't done that yet, open up your mobile device, go to the latest video on YouTube, scroll down to the comments, swipe that little comment thing to the left. You should see those little 3 dots on the right-hand side. Swipe that over. That will reveal the hype thing, and you just hit the hype. So if you could do that, I would super greatly appreciate all the hypes. It's not available to everybody still. I don't know why. I've got a buddy who it doesn't show up. And we have looked at it on his device, and it literally is not there. But anyway, if for those of you that could hype the video, please go hype it. Supposedly it helps the algorithm and helps promote things. I know it's another thing. I know. But it's what they're giving us. So go hype it. And thank you. Mike says, no, I just joined a few minutes early and had one advert. Oh. Joined a few minutes early and had one advert. At the beginning? Did you get an ad at the beginning, or you just recently got one? I think it said 30 minutes, after they come on, after a viewer joins. I think that's what I'm understanding. Sam says, YouTube's getting very aggressive with the adverts to get people annoyed so much they decide to get a subscription and not see advertising, and it's an aggressive play. I agree with that, Sam, and I think that is the route, the route that they're going. And it doesn't, it's kind of like all the streaming services, I think, right? So a lot of the streaming services, they keep raising their prices and they keep showing more ads, and you got to buy the premium plan to not get ads, and you can't watch this show on this platform, so you have to go get this other platform, and now you're spending as much as cable, so why have the streaming platform when you could just pay for cable, when the original intent was to get rid of cable and just use the streaming platforms? Now none of it's worth it because it's all so expensive. So like that. That's my take on the whole thing. Anyway, I agree, Sam. It's very aggressive, and I think the streaming services, I think, are following the same route, and I think they're becoming their own downfall, if that makes sense. Sam says, I got no hype on my tablet. Darn! We have a Samsung tablet, and I was able to see the hype last week. It's there, and it worked. Robert says, still say that live streams should not have ad. At least while live, just too distracting. I agree, it is. Mike says, in the middle, maybe so. Robert says, so far I've had 2 skippable ads. You guys, I wish I could explain how this stuff works. I really do. I wish I could fully understand it. But unfortunately, they don't tell us. It's literally, we are at the mercy of however they decide to do it. And they don't tell us how or why or, I don't know. The ads are, how we get paid, right? But there's a big but there. We don't have control. You know what I'm saying? And that's the tough part. So all I can say is I apologize, but there's nothing I can do about it. I know it's frustrating. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what else to say, but I want to say thank you to those of you, to all of you for being patient and understanding that that's the way it works. And it is not me. I can't control any of that stuff. So thank you. Thank you all. Terry says, I've never got an ad while watching. Wow. Well, there you go. Robert says, yeah, corporate can really mess things up as they chase that dollar. Yeah. Sam says, ads make us miss valuable content. I agree. Cheers. That's what I'm going to say. Uh-oh. I think it's gone. And I can't drink anymore. Yep. There goes that. Coffee is gone. So anyway, let's see. Robert says, we know it's not your fault, Jeff. Just venting. Robert, that's totally fine. I can take it. I appreciate it. And I have no problem with the venting. It helps me actually in a slight way to understand what the frustrations are, so I can always be kind of looking out for some way to help that. Even though there's not much I can do, I continue giving me your feedback. I appreciate that. I really do. And yeah. So anyway, moving right along. It's time to get this done, because I need to get this thing listed up on the website. I think it'd make a pretty good Christmas gift for someone, or maybe just a new instrument for somebody to play. Get this thing wrapped up. I don't think it's going to be all that hard, really, to get it done. I might just try to finish it all in the next video, the next episode, and just wrap everything up. I think we could pull that off. There's not that many things that I need to do. First off, we're going to put the tuners in place. That will allow me to attach some like fishing line or string of some sort to the tuners. Then I can measure and locate the bridge. Make sure everything is centered up on that. And yeah, I think really after that, we'll get the bridge attached. And with the tuners in place, we really would be able to string it up. But then it's just a matter of installing the pickup, drilling a couple holes, wiring it, stringing it up, bam. I think we can do it in one more episode, which is going to start filming this afternoon. Be cool to get this done. And I actually had someone reach out just this morning, I believe it was. Maybe it was yesterday evening. I don't remember. I have to follow up. Wanting me to build a cigar box guitar. So I don't know the details or anything. Maybe they want this one. That'd be cool. I'm going to throw that out there. I'm like, hey, this one's almost done. So that would be pretty awesome. Super chat, Sam. Bam. Bam. Sam says, towards a winter toupee. LOL, or coffee. For the legend. Sam, thank you. I think I'll skip the toupee. I think we'll just go with coffee. I'd look funny with a toupee, don't you think? Not that I don't look funny already, but you know what I mean. Thank you, Sam. I appreciate that greatly. Right on. So what are you guys working on? Do you guys have any projects in the works? Anything you're building, you're fixing, repairing? Any I don't know, any fall projects, fall cleanup around the house, stuff like that? You know, just the sort of things like I did with my mower this past week. You know, getting it cleaned up, getting it tucked away. Although I mentioned earlier that I got something exciting that I'm going to start on after this cigar box. I might have to drag my mower back out for it because I think it would fit into what I need to do for this next project. So I may have to unwinterize it. Not that that's that difficult, but yeah. What do you guys like to like? What kind of stuff do you do around the house, around the shop? You know, this time of year. Mine is basically that sort of thing. Getting the equipment winterized and put away. You know, because any day now, any week, I'm expecting it's going to get freezing cold and we're going to have snow on the ground. And we haven't had it yet, but I know it's coming. What else is going on? Ray's Dulcimer says a Tele-style tenor ukulele made from Hawaiian koa. That sounds awesome. Yes, a Tele-style. That is super cool. I was going through, so I've been doing a lot of cleanup too. That's another thing I like to do this time of year here in the shop. Like you guys know, I have a very, very small space to work in, and I try to cram a ton of stuff in here. But over time, like all of us, I would imagine, we kind of save things. At least I know I do. Well, I might use this for something at some point. I'm going to save this thing because it just seems too cool to throw away. Maybe I'll use it for something. But this time of year, especially when I know that I'm really going to be in here, I've got to run heat. We're kind of cramped in here during the cold winter, snowy months. All that extra stuff ends up getting in the way. So I've been going through cleaning some stuff out and just throwing stuff away that I've been hanging on to. And I find that I end up doing that every year. Just trying to, this is going to make, I'm coming back to what you said about the Tele uke. But anyway, part of that cleaning up is I'm rearranging and, just trying to pick up and get things sorted out. Well, one of the things that I was sorting through was some of my guitar templates. This was yesterday. Going through the templates, and I picked up my Tele templates, and I'm like, man, I've got to do another Tele. I just love the Tele shape. So I think there's going to be a Tele in the future because I really like that. And I've got a piece of pine, a slab of pine sitting right here. Blue stain beetle kill pine, I think would make a super cool Tele. And I might do that. Build a pine bodied Telecaster. Yeah, I think I will. But your Tele style comment made me think about that. But yeah, that whole fall cleanup. Everybody says spring cleaning. I also do fall cleaning because just preparing to be cramped up in here over the cold months. And then, yeah, spring cleaning comes as well. Let's see here. Sam says you can get a few more specialized tools, such as a bootlace crimp tool for electrical connections. I still have to look that up and see what that's all about, Sam. But I do need to do electrical repair. I've got the connector that goes to the heater motor in my vehicle. The connector is like all worn out or something. I don't know. It's loose, and like sometimes the heater motor doesn't blow any air. And that's getting kind of important now with the mornings being cold. So I've got a new connector I've got to replace. So I've got to cut and splice some of that. And maybe one of those connectors would be pretty cool, but I don't have one at the moment. But yeah, stuff like that. I'm always interested in like some of the specialized stuff. Mike says, you know what I'm working on? Too cold to take out of the garage to work out. Oh, too cold to take out of the garage and work there. A bender and a circular sock knitting machine. Yes, that I am excited to see how that works. Not that I'm going to like start knitting socks or anything, but that just is intriguing to me. Very intriguing, and I can't wait to see it. And the bee bender, who doesn't like a bee bender? Super cool. Robert says, speaking of mowers, I tried to fix the flats on my mower this past week, but the tires are off the rim. Oh no, on one side, and could not get the gap closed to get air in it. Need tools to take the tire off the motor. Darn. Mine, do you remember, I don't know, 2 years ago? Maybe 3 years ago? I put new front tires on mine with tubes. Or did I put the tubes? I don't think I did, actually. They're going flat again. I don't know why. They're brand new tires. So I'm going to have to, I should have done it when I was winterizing. But I mean, at first I just thought it was low, so I aired it up. I looked the other day, and it's completely flat. I don't know what's going on. They're brand new tires. Well, a couple years old, I guess, but they're not even wore down. So I'm going to have to take those off probably in the spring. I'll do it in the springtime. Take those off and probably put some tubes in there or something. Darn it. I was hoping when I put those new tires on there that it was going to last a while and I wasn't going to have to mess with that. And I got through a season or two. Yeah, and now they're going flat again. I don't know. Let's see. Sam says, I have to moderate a YouTube channel in around 20 minutes, possibly for over an hour on my own. Sam, you got this. You can do it. Sam says, use a good oil for spring cleaning. A good oil. Yep, I do the fall cleaning in preparation to be cooped up, and then I don't get a whole lot of good cleaning throughout the winter because it's too cold to open the doors and things. So then come spring, that's when I like to really get everything opened up. So I do a little bit of both. Neither one of them is super extensive, but I definitely go through in the fall, try to clear as much out as I reasonably can, and then kind of again in the spring. Robert says, I meant to go to Harbor Freight yesterday to get a long breakover wrench. Forgot it till I was almost halfway home. Darn, I do that all the time. Says planning to go to Stillwater again to pick up the tools. Sam, I'm not even reading that. I'll just chuckle. KK says, just broadcasted a piece from the show on X. I'll also send photos of my fenders. Yes, send it. I love to see instruments. That's super cool. Right on. KK, thanks. Thanks for spreading the word. Spread the word to everybody. Love the fenders. It was kind of cool the other day. Speaking of guitars, I went over to a friend of mine's house, just for hanging out, little guitar jamming. I guess this was last Friday evening, which was super awesome because I haven't done that in a long time. I need to do that more, but I find I don't get out of the house. Well, probably enough, but I don't get out of the house a lot. But went over there and I didn't ask ahead of time. He said, hey, you want to come over and jam? I'm like, okay. I never asked, what are we jamming? Like, what should I bring? So I brought the Haley Guitars acoustic that I built, the Lefty. I brought my Lefty Haley Guitars electric guitar, the Dorian, and I brought the Subtonic bass guitar. So I brought all three, which was kind of cool to be able to sit and say, whatever we're playing, I brought some of my own, which was pretty cool. Which I got to get back to the drawing for that multi-scale Dorian. And I was talking about the Telly. Maybe I should draw that too. Oh boy, I got a lot of computer screen time. Yesterday I think I burnt myself out on the screen because I was pushing to get the editing done for the video for this weekend because I want to get on this. I spent I don't know how many hours sitting in front of the computer trying to get the editing done and all of that sort of stuff. It was kind of a long editing session, but got it all knocked out and it's uploaded and scheduled and everything, which is a good feeling to have it done, early. Sam says, reverse peace sign is flipping off the British, Jeff. Sam, my apologies. I don't intend to do any of that. So sorry about that. But I don't know which way is reverse, honestly. I don't know. I don't follow trends. I don't follow trends. I don't set trends. I don't know. Oh, let's see. Let me pop back over here. It still says the stream is excellent. Yeah, I don't know why earlier it said that it was acting weird. Mike says, see ya. Mike, you out of here? Right on. Have fun with that B-bender in knitting the socks. I can't wait to see it. I'm actually excited. I never thought I'd say I'm excited to watch someone knit a sock. But I'm interested. I want to see it. So I'll be waiting. Mike, thanks for tuning in. Hope you have an awesome rest of your week, and hopefully we'll see you next week with knitted socks. Well, what else, everybody? You guys got anything else before we start to winding down this weekly live stream? Sam says Jeff needs British jokes. Perks up his day. I think because part of my ancestors, a lot of my ancestors are from your neck of the woods, Sam. So, in fact, a friend of mine always gives me a hard time and calls me, or talks about me being English and all of that. So yeah, part of my family comes from somewhere over there. Somewhere. And maybe there's a way I don't know how you could even look into that. Quite honestly. I don't even know. Sam, is there like some sort of a historical society or something? I don't know. I don't know how you'd trace that down. Because I don't know exactly who it was that came over here. I've got a lot of history, but I don't know if I have that. Well, maybe I do, actually. I don't know. Yeah, so I laugh. Like I said, a friend of mine gives me a hard time about it. I don't mind it at all. Robert says, I saw a YouTube short a couple of days ago. Was part of an Antiques Roadshow. A lady brought in an antique white left-hand telly. They gave a price for the guitar of $48,000. And it was an antique lefty? Woo! $48,000. Man. Wow. I think I've talked about that before. You bring up guitars. And the fact that I've considered doing a video covering mine, the ones that I have. Mainly more for me, but I don't know if it'd be interesting for all of you. It doesn't feel like it fits the channel, but yet it sort of does. It's kind of a side. What would you call that? Side quest, a side story. Like covering like from the beginning of this was my first acoustic, and then after that I got this electric, and then from there I got this, and then this is my like my whole progression kind of timeline. But your comment made me think of the fact that I don't have anything that's super valuable or rare or anything like that, but I just think it'd be kind of fun to just tell the story of each one, working up through even the ones that I built. Would you guys watch that? It would go probably, I'd probably post it here on the Home Built channel, but probably Haley Guitars channel too. Just sort of a history of the guitars that I own. Again, I don't own anything collectible. I don't own anything. They're all lefties. So like nothing that anybody's going to want anyway. But I just think it'd be fun. I think it'd be a cool video. Again, more so for me, just to document all of that stuff. One day maybe it'll be a good explainer for, when somebody else has to get rid of all of my guitars or whatever. I don't know. I just think it'd be fun to put together. Would you guys watch that? Oh, let's see. Sam says, don't forget to smash the like button. Totally free and most appreciated. Right on, Sam. Thank you so much. He says, thank you for the fantastic stream today. You absolute legend. Right on, Sam. I appreciate that. And thank you. Robert says, Ancestry DNA test shows where the ancestry is from. That's the information that I have. Now, unfortunately, Ancestry DNA, oh boy, I'm getting started off on a tangent here. Ancestry DNA is now as bad as all of the streaming services. There is, man, I just feel like I'm ranting and raving today. They don't give you any more information. There's nothing helpful that I'm finding on there than what I already have. When you think you have found a piece of useful information, they now want you to join their premium and pay for it. I'm tired of the pay for information thing that everybody's going to now. Anyway, Ray's Dulcimer says, do it. So, okay, so there's a vote for the guitar video. Right on. I think I am at some point. I just got to figure out how to do it. I feel like I'm going to need someone to help me. And I don't know if I could totally do that here in the shop. Well, I could, but I'm definitely going to need someone to help because there's going to be a lot of moving guitars in and out. Maybe I could sit up here on the bench and they like hand me one. And that's what it would be, kind of thing. Yeah, I don't know. Sam says, you're American. Where's the rifle guitar? Yeah, I haven't built one of those. Robert says, I did one and it breaks down from where both parents' ancestry came from originally. Yes, I have that information. I did that quite a while back. Most of them came from UK area, England, and all of that. I do have some from Norway, Sweden, Denmark. You know, that the more like Scandinavian areas. Not as much there. Most of it, I'm like, I don't know, 70 something percent are from like England and those areas right there. But yeah, I don't know how you'd fine tune it any farther down than that though. Anyway, guys, we're gonna wrap this up. I gotta get to working on this cigar box guitar. So, thank you to those of you for tuning in to this episode of Wednesday Live here at Homebuilt Workshop. I appreciate all of you hanging out. Always my pleasure, and look forward to hanging out with all of you every single Wednesday. We're here 9 a.m. Mountain Time every Wednesday morning just to hang out. Let's see here. Robert says, "Hey, that sounds like you and I could be brothers from the old country." Maybe so. I mean, you never know. KK, right on, my friend, right on. You guys, thank you. Stay safe, stay well. Hope you guys get a chance. Get outside, enjoy the outside, spend some time with friends, family, whatever. Go play some music with someone you haven't played music with in a while, whatever it is. I hope you all get a chance to go do it, have some fun, and just enjoy life. And yeah, you guys, thank you for tuning in. I really appreciate it. Robert says, everyone stay safe and healthy. Have a good one. I hope you all too. Have an amazing week. You guys take care. We'll see you all next time. Where's that button? I got to find the button. Thank you all for tuning in. Stay tuned this weekend. Videos coming out Saturday morning. Thank you, everybody. Stay safe. We'll see you next time. See you next week. Take care, everyone. Thank you.